Are you looking to move in Tampa? Do you want to discover more of this city? In today's video, we are featuring a business owner.
I'm very excited to introduce to you our new special guest. She is a Filipino business owner based here in Tampa, Florida. And I want to share her story about how she started her business and what she currently do and how we can support each other. So let's all welcome Geline. Yay! Hi, Geline. How are you?
Hi, I'm doing good, and you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for hopping into this call. I'm very thankful that you tried to, put this time and spend it with me and spend it with our viewers to share your story. I'm really, really thankful about that. Thank you for hopping in and saying yes to this interview. But without further ado, let's hop into our video. When did you start your business?
Okay, so the business that I have here, I started around January of 2019. So it was approximately, I would say, 3 months after I got here in the US.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But I've been planning this business since way back when I was still in the Philippines. I learned about this business or, online reselling business. And I told my then fiance, because I got here in the US through K1 visa. So that's fiance visa. So I told him, when I get there, I want to do this business. And he said, yes. So that's why we did not waste time when I got here. I just kind of it was holidays, during the holidays. And so I said, I don't really want to start anything. I would just want to enjoy holidays, my first holidays in the US, what I mean?
For sure.
So I was like, okay, so after that, and then I told him, okay, I think it's time to start grinding. So that's when we started, January 2019.
That is awesome. So what made you decide that you wanted to become a business owner instead of, like a regular norm of being in a 9-to-5 job?
I guess, well, first of all, I like making money, my own money, because I love the independence that it gives. Especially you appreciate it, especially if you have, if you're married or if you're in a relationship. It's just nice. It's a nice feeling that you are able to support yourself. You don't need to ask from your husband for money to buy your makeup or buy whatever you want.
Yeah.
You don't need to ask for it, At the same time, so let me just give you a little bit of a background story. So when I was in the Philippines, I was in school. So I think I was in my freshman of college. I was already, I guess you would say, araketera. My classmates would always call me that, because I always have things here and there that I do to make money, even when I was in school. So I started, as, I think I was teaching English because at the time, it was very popular, Koreans, Japanese, Thai, will go to the Philippines to learn English.
Yes.
And then, so it was so popular, in fact, that a lot of the language academies in our hometown would hire even students that are good at English for part-time to teach, the foreign students. And so I grabbed that. So I started, and that's when I started. And I like the feeling of having that income, that you just hustle and grind and whatever. And so
it's your freedom.
Yes, it's the freedom, because I didn't need to ask money from my parents, sometimes, but they still do give me an allowance because it's their responsibility. But for my other things, like if I want to buy my own makeup, I always say makeup because I love makeup. But if I want to, buy other things like my whatever girly stuff, I don't need to ask, my parents for money. And then when I was during that time too, I was able to get a job at GMA.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes, as a TV host for their local show, lifestyle show there. So I was juggling those things. And then eventually, I think during that time too, I was able to read the book of Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
I love that. Yes, that's one of my favorite books.
Me too. I'm like, yes, that's when my mind opened up when it comes to not just the financial freedom, but the time freedom. So I was like, I want this life. Mind you, I was only 17 years old at the time, and I already knew that I want the time freedom. So although of course it didn't pan out that way, sometimes things happen, although I really wanted to be gung-ho with being a business owner, but sometimes you need to get a 9-to-5 job, which by the way, I'm not against it. At some point, like I said, it's what has fed me, what has, given me my wants and my needs, or provided for me. But at the same time, you have that longing in yourself that I really wanted to be a business owner. So I guess just to sum it up, I became a business owner because I want the time freedom and I want the financial freedom in the long run. So
Yes,
and
for
I think
sure.
I think those are the things that you cannot get when you are in a 9-to-5 job, because you're only capped in so much, like your salary and then your time, because you're a 9-to-5 job, then you have to work on that time. And like now, like I can really see it. I'm a stay-at-home mom, but at the same time I run, businesses from home. I can see that I'm a mom, and of course my son is my priority. So I only work on my businesses when he permits, like his time permits. So my schedule revolves around his schedule.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
now that I have built something for myself, that I am able to do that. I'm able to get that time freedom because I can work whenever he's sleeping. I can work whenever he's busy with, I guess playing or watching TV. I'm like, oh, I can just do something like this, or I can, I can list some items, or I can edit a video, or, things like that.
Yeah, for sure. It fulfills you, because sometimes I've heard, I am not a mom, but, but I've heard from others is that sometimes you feel so guilty, for working for your family, for your kids. But then at the same time, time is something that you cannot get back again, or you cannot, recycle or reuse it again. Once it's gone, it's gone.
By the way, if you're enjoying this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and leave a comment below.
And I think one of the best thing of, being a business owner is having that freedom of where you wanted to spend your time and how do you want to use it, where do you want to use it, when do you want to do it, right? And having especially someone that is like really close to you, I think that it's just the best way that, makes it like works for you and your family, right? So with a business like this, with your online business, do you have any employees that helps you, or is it something that you do everything? You're the CEO of everything.
So this online reselling business, it's actually my husband and I, we run it together.
That's awesome.
So most of the time we don't really need help, but this is what I wanted to say. There's no such thing as work and life balance. It's just a matter of prioritizing, especially when you have a family. So sometimes, since we are both working from home now, because my husband resigned from his job because he was making more than his job before. So
for sure.
Decided to, just quit, and we will just do this full time. And so we are partners in this business. So we do things together. But at the same time, like I said, there's no such thing as work and life balance. So sometimes there are things that we get so busy with our personal life. Like, for example, recently my in-laws were here, so we were like all over the place. And so we needed help. So we hire contractors. They're not necessarily our employees, but like if we need somebody to take pictures of our products to put up online, or if we need somebody to make our product descriptions, of course we still check them, and make sure that it's in our standard. But there's like, I would say 90% of the task is already off our shoulders or hands.
That's awesome, because also like based from talking to others, and learning from all these famous business owners, and how they say it is like leverage your time, right? Sometimes you have to spend time with your family, and which one is more important, and like if your family is more important to you, why not just hire somebody if you have the means to do it, and then they can do it, and then you can leverage that, so you can almost like multitasking, like doing your business while spending your time with your family. And that is one of the things that of perks of having being in the business. But sometimes that even though there's also a lot of perks, we need to be also like accepting about what it comes with, because a lot of the times, correct me if I'm wrong, if people doesn't have an idea of a business yet, a lot of the times they will say, oh, I want to quit my 9-to-5 job because I don't want to be working all my life or all day or whatever. But what they do not know is that especially in the beginning of the business, you are actually have to be working more than your usual 9-to-5 job, because you have to be everything. You have to be the director, the photographer, the editor, right, the writer of the story, like the, thinking about the concept, the products, what do people do, doing a market research. Like there's so many things that, for example, with your YouTube channel, you have to think about the title, the tags, the description,
Yeah.
the thumbnail, what editors, like what software you're going to be using. There's a lot of things that goes into it. That's why they think like, oh, business owners, they're having the best time of their life, which they could be, right? We are having a best time of our life, but also at the same time, they do not see, the struggles and the sacrifices that we do, and all the hard work that comes into it, just producing one video, right?
Right.
Mhm.
So so if you can, don't quit your job just yet.
Mhm.
Especially nowadays. I mean, like I said, I'm all about, having a business and all that, but at the same time, you have to be practical. Is it time for you to do that? Because like what we did, while I was doing the business, actually my husband and I were doing the business, but at the same time, he had a job while I was at home doing everything on my own. And then he helps me when he gets home from work.
Mhm.
And eventually our income caught up with his salary, that we decided that it's time to do it full time.
Yeah.
So I'm not in any way insinuating that, oh, just quit your job right away, because it's hard. If you don't have any other source of income, then especially when you're starting out with your business, one, you don't know if it's going to work.
Yes.
Okay. One, you don't know if it's going to work. Two, if like you said, you're going to wear a lot of hats, so it might burn you out. Just so many things can happen that if you don't have a steady income that will help you out when you're starting with your business, it's going to be really detrimental for you, not just financially, but physically, mentally, emotionally, all of the things. Like your whole being is going to be negatively affected.
Yeah.
So,
And they need to be ready for it.
Yes, you have to be smart about it. But yeah, I'm totally up for having a business, because it's, like you said, it's having the best lifestyle, I guess you can say.
Yeah, and especially if you've been thinking about it. That's the thing, like with me, I've been in the hospitality industry after, I graduated college. And since I moved here in the US, I'm still in the hospitality industry. And then there's this year, really opened my eyes to it, because I've always been wanting to be a realtor. It's always been my dream, but because I always think like, oh, it's hard, so I don't want to do it. And that's something that I wanted to, delete in my vocabulary now, like hard things, because we are capable of hard things. It's just a matter of our dedication to it, of how much are we willing to do, right? And especially if it keeps you up night, like it means that you are really passionate about it.
Yes.
What products or services do you offer in your current business right now?
So currently I'm doing online reselling. So that means we resell stuff online. In the US, we have here eBay, Mercari, Poshmark, and we used to do Amazon as well. So these things, it can be anything. It can be used items, pre-loved items, and we also sell brand new items. So we did liquidations and things like that. So so we take product pictures and then we post them online, and then people will buy it, and then we package it, and all those fancy stuff. But that's our main source of income. But I also have like my little side incomes. And before that, I also used to do social media management, but that was too much work.
Yeah.
That was too much work. You know it, because you're managing, right? You're managing your own social media. It's too much work, guys.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's nice to see, this and that, but the work that comes with it before you actually see the final,
like some growth and some progress.
Yes. So I'm like, it's too much work for me juggling. Now I have a baby that, no, it's not a baby anymore. He's a toddler. His eating is terrible too. So he's everywhere. So
and that's a full-time job too.
Yes, that's a full-time job too. So I didn't have the energy and the time for it. So I had to give that up. But now we're just doing the online reselling business. And I also have a YouTube channel where I earn some money, but not enough to, maybe quit a job or something.
Yeah, I hear you.
But I've always been passionate about YouTube, because I guess I miss the time when I was still like in the TV production. But now the only difference is I'm the only one doing everything. Before you used to have, a cameraman, you used to have a floor director, you used to have a director, a script writer, things like that. But now nothing, it's all new. But like I said, it's a passion of mine. So I still try to put it in my schedule, my YouTube channel. But yeah, those are the two I guess, businesses that I do have right now.
That is awesome. And the thing is, if you guys have read Rich Dad and Poor Dad, you'll understand that having a passive income and having a multiple source of income is actually one way to build your wealth. You can't really just focus on one thing that will, you think that could be, like, I guess, that could provide everything, right? Because some businesses, and all businesses, sometimes it's seasonal, right? Not everything, not every year it will be all like booming, busy season, right? It's just like in hospitality industry, there's low season, there's busy season. And if you are someone who are, really creative like Geline, she knows that having a multiple source of income is a way to go. And it's really, really highly recommended, especially if there are seasons, like I mentioned earlier, and that could fill in those seasons that are, not working for the other business. So speaking of the business that you guys are, building, what are your business goals and how do you see, these businesses in maybe in 5 years or in 3 years from now, let's say?
Okay. So I really want to scale the business. However, since I am partnered with my husband, I don't think he is ready to do that yet.
Mm-hmm.
So when I say scale, I would like to do more inventory. So get more inventory and probably hire, let's just say an employee or two to help us out like regularly, not just whenever we need them kind of thing.
For sure.
Because that would free us up and can, will allow us to do more for the business, if you know what I mean.
Sure.
But I don't think he's ready just yet.
Yeah.
So that's my thing for the online business. But I also have other business goals. Like you mentioned, passive income. So I'm trying to get into the digital products because you only make them once, put it up, and then, you'll just get sales every time. And you
and
need to
focus on marketing and advertising
marketing,
instead of like, redoing, I guess, featuring
Right.
the product, post
Right.
it, it's more a lot of work. Yep.
Right. So I'm trying to get into I'm trying to expand, I guess. I'm trying to expand my portfolio. Like you said, it's better to have different sources of income because nowadays you cannot rely on one source of income. Let's just be honest. But and then also, I also told you about this, but I really wanted to get into real estate. I just don't know when. Like I said, I don't have the time, but it's something that I really wanted to do like ever since I read like you
For sure.
read the book. And I was like, and because Robert Kiyosaki has always been like an advocate for if you want the real money, it's in the real estate. So
exactly.
I want to get into that, but I don't know when.
Hey, whenever you decided, hit me up. I'll let you know. I'll also recommend the school that I went to and the people that have helped me in this industry because to be honest, guys, real estate, everyone wants to do it, right?
Yes.
But it's not always easy. And it's something that when you want to become a real estate agent, you need to have a business owner mindset. You cannot have like a 9-to-5 mindset. Why is that? Because when you are building a real estate business, sometimes you feel like alone, right? Because you don't know anything. It's a new industry for you. And if you are not willing to put the grind into it, the hustle, like how Geline is like doing all of this business is just so awesome, and this is something that you really need to be ready and be prepared for. And
Correct.
I'm just happy that, I can share this with you. And like I said, once you're ready, let me know. I'd be happy to.
Oh, thank you. I will.
Yes. Okay, I really, really enjoyed this video with you. And just to sum up everything, how can people find you? How can they watch your vlogs? How can they follow your journey, your businesses? How can they support, your businesses with your husband? Let them know.
Yeah, I'm everywhere, Mommy Geline Vlogs, because I don't know, it's just, I'm trying to build up my YouTube channel. So if you want to follow me on social media, I'm on Instagram, Mommy Geline Vlogs. I'm on Facebook, Mommy Geline Vlogs. And did I say YouTube already? YouTube, Mommy Geline Vlogs.
Yes.
So basically, with my YouTube channel, I mainly film my day-to-day, not necessarily day-to-day, but sometimes I do that day-to-day and try to do the behind the scenes of having a business here in the US.
I love
Being
that.
a stay-at-home mom, Filipino stay-at-home mom here in the US. What is my perspective as somebody who grew up from a third world country and now I'm living here in the US? So I'm trying to, I guess, wrap around my vlogs with that. Like I'm trying to, I would say educate, maybe inform people about, this is what we don't have in the Philippines. This is what this is what's different with our culture type of thing. So that's what I'm trying to do. And at the same time, like I said, just the behind the scenes of having a business. And sometimes I do like talks things here or there about motherhood and having a business, trying to juggle everything, kind of thing. So whatever.
I love that. I love that. Yeah, I think just a little bit of background, I started my YouTube channel. This is all about J1 visa, right? So I started everything that I have learned here in the United States, because if you are from a third world country, like you said, it's really different. The mindset, the perspective, the beliefs that you have, we are living in a bubble that we didn't know until we encounter different culture, and it's not just even American culture, but also once you are here in America, you get to meet different cultures. You get to, see their perspective, their beliefs, their what do they are all about, and how do they also grew up, and you get to share those moments with them. And that's why I am just very, very thankful that you're here. And guys, like if you all of the links of her social media, it will be in the description box below. And again, thank you so much for spending
Thank you
this
for having
time
me. I enjoyed it.
Thank you. Oh my god. Okay, so if you guys are interested, follow us on our social media. It will all be in the description box below. And if you have enjoyed this YouTube video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions about starting your own business or having, getting into the real estate, comment down below. So we will be happy to assist you. Again, thank you so much, Geline, for hopping into this call, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.
That's all for today, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Comment down below if you have any questions or if you want to be featured next. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and click all notifications so you'll always be notified whenever we upload new jam-packed videos just like this. Or if you are interested with real estate or moving to Tampa, check out our description box below. All of the information on how we can work together and how I can provide you value is in there. Thank you so much again for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next one.